Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 17th to the 23rd of June 2024. So this week on the 20th we have the Sun moving into Cancer, and that is the summer solstice. So you can see the solstice as full sun, like a full moon. The sun's reached its peak and now will start to decline, the daylight hours start to decline, and we can see this as almost the sun in retrograde. So everything reaches its peak and then declines again in the natural seasons and cycles. And while we're at the height of the summer, the height of the light, we can capture that light and we can reflect back to the winter solstice to see the mountain that we've climbed, the challenges that we've met, places where we've made ourselves proud and what we've learned in the process. Recently Mercury and Venus met in Cancer, so we have the Sun, Mercury and Venus all in the water sign of the crab, which used to be the unicorn and the sea turtle. So any Cancerians out there, you can expand your feeling into those other archetypes, as the crab does seem to be quite limited, but refers to the waxing and waning of the moon. So the crab retreats into its shell when feeling threatened, and a trait of Cancerian people can be that they do the same. When they feel emotionally threatened, they put up quite a hard, cold barrier. But then also living with the moon cycles, they tend to have times in the month when they feel more expansive and times in the month when they feel more retracted. So it's worth keeping a moon diary to see your rhythms and cycles, because that aids into better planning and better self-knowledge. But also this is a month where we can look at our emotional insecurity, where we put walls up, where we retreat and block off the world, and whether we can turn that around into feeling more secure in ourselves and less reliant on the outside, less affected by others, and not taking things so personally. So Sun, Mercury and Venus, all in Cancer. That's the soul force energy, the processing mind, and the productivity and creativity of the heart, all resonating in the tidal sign of Cancer. And this is a great time to observe our waxings and wanings. We head towards the full moon in Capricorn. That's going to be 1 degree at 2:06 a.m. UK time on the 22nd. So it's interesting and quite unusual to have the full sun and the full moon so close together. And as we know, any equinox and solstice is a 3-day affair. So the sun moves into Cancer and 2 days later we get the full moon, which rules Cancer in the opposite sign of Capricorn. So this whole week is a transformational phase. It's likely to be quite emotional. But the Capricorn moon brings up our backbone and our inner strength, our authenticity and where we stand for ourselves, and our true authenticity and dignity. So if things feel too wobbly or too insecure with all the Cancerian energy, then the Capricorn full moon does bring a certain sense of stability and structure, which then leads to a sense of transformation. We're not supposed to always just keep having emotions on repeat. We're supposed to learn from them and become the master of our own emotions. Some emotions serve us, others don't. Sometimes we feel too sorry for ourselves or threatened, and Capricorn could come in, bringing both a sense of inner strength and also a longer perspective. Capricorn being an earth sign, the winter mountain, the sun's climb up the mountain, really is worth having that reflective back 6 months to what we've made of ourselves in the first half of 2024. Mars in Taurus is also adding some extra strength and dynamism, strengthening our resolve and our passion, helping us to use our energy productively. So a really good balance here of earth and water, sun and moon, light half of the year and the dark half of the year, over a 3-day period, calling us into our integrity, who we really are, what we're really doing here, and what really matters to us. So Capricorn would be less personal in that respect, where Cancer can take things too personally. It's worth remembering also that we have Saturn in Pisces, bringing that inner strength and backbone into our spiritual waters, and through the lens of soul purpose, steering us from deep within to see ourselves as souls, not struggling humans, to see with a perspective, now we're at the top of the mountain, the real meaning of what we're giving our energy to and what we're contributing to this world. So here we have themes of stability versus insecurity, the static versus the movable, the long picture versus the short picture, hard versus soft, masculine versus feminine, light versus dark, all aspects of polarity. So a full moon nearly always pulls out the opposite for introspection and revelation. And this full moon we can explore our own polarities. Are we being too rigid and hard on ourselves? Or are we being too soft and self-indulgent? Are we being hard on others and shutting them out? Are we being too old and stuck in our ways? Or are we able to embrace flexibility and the ebb and flow of the tides? Are we taking our energy and dynamism and putting it into something creative and constructive for the longer vision? Or are we getting caught up in day-to-day personality dramas and emotional insecurities? Because with Pluto at 1 degree Aquarius, we're learning to transcend here, to let go of some of the personality, to heal some of the past psychology, to let go of the mundane and the human plane, and raise our conscious awareness to the fact we are transmitting our unique frequencies and all here for unique reasons. So here in a week of heightened sun, heightened moon, exploring our polarities, taking our light inwards, getting to the very core of who we are and why we're here, raising our consciousness, liberating ourselves from the system, from the mundane, from the limitations, and starting to take our energy in to command our best expression and our best experience in the dark half of the year, voluntarily going inwards, setting that as our intention. We manifest on the outside what we're being on the inside. So by letting go of the old, taking this journey of transformation, we're learning to be master manifestors and live from soul purpose rather than personality story. So if you'd like to see where this is happening for you, I am available zoehind7@gmail.com for readings, astrology, tarot, numerology, courses and coaching. We can meet online and I record sessions MP3 for you to keep and listen back to. Post these links on my YouTube channel, Zoe Astro, Instagram, Zoehind7, and Facebook, AstroZoe. So a reflection of outer and inner, deeply meditative week, chance to celebrate reaching our heights, also make the transition to going inwards, viewing ourselves from the soul plane and rinsing out the thoughts and beliefs of human limitation, balancing our polarities, or at least observing them and having the power to choose which end of the scale or where on the scale we want to be at any given moment. And setting our sights on heartfelt goals that will be really worth the effort, and allowing ourselves to be our own unique, unfettered, vibrational expression. Those are the themes that we can explore quietly and deeply and reflectively this week. So wishing you a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week.